Hello and welcome back to Nonsense Farm. Today, for the first time of 2026, I'm going to be opening up a few of the hives. Last week I came out and I kind of lifted up on the back of them to see if there were some that were heavy enough and how I felt about it. So I've identified 3 or 4 hives that I'm going to get into because I think they may need food. So I brought some syrup with me and a sugar brick, and so let's see how they're doing. I identified the hives that were light by putting the brick up like that. So let's get into this hive that says God bless Texas. A lot of times when you get into hives when they haven't been opened for a long time, the bees are kind of wishing you weren't there. They kind of don't know what's going on. So I suspect that might be the case today. Give them a little bit of smoke. Another thing about getting into the hives when you haven't been in a while is that they're really propolized closed. For one thing, it's hard to get apart, and for another thing, it makes a sound, that cracking sound that the bees don't like. I left them with a stand soft sugar brick and with a Hive Alive fondant patty. And they are still feasting on those. Propolize this cardboard down and get that out of there. These boxes are really stuck together. All I'm really wanting to know today is how are they doing on food. So if I get in here and they look to be doing well on food, I'm just going to close them up because that's all I'm worried about. Every one of these frames is so stuck together because they haven't been disturbed in so long. Another thing I'll do is break apart these 2 boxes because that'll make the frames easier to get out also. Plus, these boxes weren't put together again exactly correctly, so it'll let me correct that. Okay, that's a very heavy box. Which tells me there is plenty of honey. And I can see from the top that it looks like plenty of honey. All right, they're put together better. I recently put 2 feeders out here, and so it could be that these were indeed light earlier and now they have bulked up through eating out of the feeders. Either way, that's fine. On to the next one. Here's the next one I was a little concerned about. Let's see how they're doing. Not a lot of activity. Could be a dead out, but whenever I say that, I get in there and there's a ton of bees, so let's see. Well, there's bees in there. Big old jumping spider too. And he jumped down. Not very propolized down. That's usually not a good sign. Well, there are a good number of bees here. Here, I'll show you. They had a hive alive and a soft sugar brick as well. So this fondant patty, I can see, I opened it the way I thought I was supposed to, but then I saw online someone opening it bigger than I did. And I can see that they haven't gotten to a lot of it. So I probably should have opened it more. So I will do that. In fact, do I have scissors? Yes, I do. All right. All right, this outside frame, completely empty. I don't think there were any empty frames in that last one. Okay, this has some honey. 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 All right. Big, lots of honey. Okay, I see. Oh yeah, there's larvae in the middle of this frame. Yeah, this one I think is fine. Yep. Here's some capped brood. Yep, this one is getting down to business. The other one probably was too. I just didn't pull out any frames to look at it. But yeah, I'm happy enough with this. It's no problem. I'll go ahead and leave this fondant patty there. Honey super on this one. I'll have to be real careful in any of these honey supers that I leave on here. In about a month, when nectar flow starts, I'll come and they'll have filled this up with wax, which is a mess to deal with. So I want to get those off before that happens, but I think we're still good here. If you've been watching my channel very long, you will know what I mean when I tell you that these are the compost turner bees. Not any traffic out here. And they're pretty light, so maybe there'll be a dead out here. We'll see. Ooh, not propolized down at all. Yep. Fondant patty not touched at all. Sugar brick only half eaten. Well, that's very disappointing. Yeah, not a single bee in here. Let me show you a couple things. I don't know if you can see, but do you see how those cells look really ragged? What that means is that after the bees left or died or whatever happened, which I haven't figured out yet, that other bees came in here and robbed it out. And when bees are robbing out another hive, they don't take care to keep it neat or anything. They just chew up the cappings and take the honey. So that's a sign that they were robbed out. So let's look around in here and see if we can find any clues as to what might have happened. Yeah, you can see all that ragged comb. It was definitely robbed out. Okay, so can you see this? These are some bees that are burrowed down into those cells. You can kind of see their bottoms sticking out. That could be a sign that they were starving, didn't have enough food. So they probably, something happened to the queen or something. They got small, they couldn't get warm, they didn't have enough food. So what I'll be doing is taking these frames home and I'll put them through the freezer. You freeze them for several hours to make sure the wax moth larva is all gone. And then you reuse the comb next year. So down one hive. As long as we're down here, why don't we check in on these Dallas Cowboy bees. I've had this Dallas Cowboy bee box for a while, and historically, any bees that we put in this box tend to struggle. Do with that information what you will. Okay, there's some. Let me show you. Let me get this cardboard out of the way first. Wow. Lots of hive beetles. I would show you, but I gotta get them killed. Wow. All right, let me show you these bees. Very small colony. Let's see how they're doing. I'm gonna cut these Hive Alive packets open more because obviously I did not do that very well. So I'll get that done. Yeah, they're very light. Yeah, they definitely need some help. Yeah, they've got some nectar there. I imagine they may be getting some syrup from that feeder. Yeah, but they need more help than that. All right, nectar and pollen there. Don't see any babies yet. Let me take one of these out so I can manipulate better. All right, we got some capped brood, we got uncapped brood. Yep, all right, well, they have what it takes. I'm gonna cover these guys up and go get the jug of syrup and fill up their feeder. Whatever syrup I don't put in a feeder, or in an in-hive feeder, I will put it in one of the big community feeders that I have going all over the farm. All right. Get these babies shut up before too much robbing starts. Close them up. 18 hives, and so far only one dead out, and it's mid-February. So I think that's okay. I have a couple of more gallons of syrup. I'm going to fill up one of the feeders that I've had, and I think everyone's looking pretty good. So looking forward to another great year in the bees.